Alright, so I'm putting some links here, some steel ones on, from Wheelman Designs, and Travis owns Wheelman Designs, so if you're looking for these steel links, get rid of your plastic ones, look up Wheelman Designs on Facebook, and he'll be able to hook you up with these. But, once you put these on, I've noticed, if you look at my, let's see if I can point here, see my shaft coming out here, it's straight, and if you look at the one here, it's pointing up. So this one is angled up and this one is straight. You want these to be parallel with each other. So when you put on your upper arms and your lower arms, you're going to want to adjust these so that those nubs sticking out of the transmission and the nubs sticking out of your rear end are parallel with each other, so you don't get any binding when you're driving. So I'm going to do a little adjusting here. I've got them loosened up, so I'm going to adjust these out. You can see it's pointed up, so I'm going to have to adjust my lower arms, unscrew these so that I bring the rear end down. I'll bring that angle down a little bit and try to get it as parallel as possible to eliminate any binding in your drive shaft. Okay, so I've adjusted a little bit of this out right here. Still not quite parallel with the drive shaft in here. It's still angling up just a little bit. Now, when you get this from the factory, it should be set already, and there aren't any adjustments to do on it. You have the plastic pieces here that are already preset for the length, and then your upper links are also set that way. I have my upper links from Inertia, and they're adjusted in as far as they can go, so I can't twist my rear end forward to bring this angle down. So I have to bring my adjustments out on the lower arms to get that drive shaft parallel with the transmission one to eliminate any binding. And real quick, this piece I put on backwards on purpose, because when you have it on the correct way, this hangs down. I didn't like it hanging down underneath there, so I put it on upside down so it wasn't hanging down below the axle. As you can see, there's nothing hanging down below here now. So that's why that's on upside down. So I'm going to have to do some more adjustments. So I did a little bit here. I got about 3/4 thread showing, and I'm really close. So now I'm going to take this end off and adjust this end out. That way I don't have it really far. I don't want it really long threads right in here. So I'm going to go ahead and adjust this a little more and see if we can get this a little more straight, because she still leans up a little bit. Okay, so while I was doing this, my drive shaft popped off. I can't talk. My drive shaft popped off. So this is very critical also to put your drive shaft together the correct way. So let's see if we can zoom in here. Come on, focus, girl. There we go. Now what I do is I put this top section here so it's straight up and down. This point here. You see this piece here? See how it's straight up and down? And then I do the same thing on the rear drive shaft when I put it back together. Make sure this one is straight up and down. And then slide your drive shaft in. It should fall right in, because you want it to be the same all the way around. So I got to put the camera down to do this. So okay, so I put it on. See how this one is. Let's turn this. See how it's straight up and down? Or should I say horizontal? This part's horizontal. Now let's look down here. This one's not. I put it together wrong. This one has to be turned like that to match the other one. So I'm off. So let's pull it back off and see if I can get it straight. So let's pop this off here. Move it over a tooth. Okay, so let's check it now. That one is straight. Horizontally, the top piece is flat. This top piece here. And then when you come down and look here, this piece is flat. Let's get it on a side view, out of the light. Okay, see how that's flat? And that's flat. So now our drive shaft is correct. Okay, now I can put the link back on. We can check. Okay, I think I have this adjusted the way I like it. I got this out about the even as this. Once I tighten the nut down, it'll be the same. But it looks to be parallel now with the stem coming out of the transmission. Or it's closer than what it was. It was really off a lot. So when you're doing your upgrades, make sure you adjust all your rear end parts so they don't bind, because the drive shaft's going to bind if this isn't parallel with the shaft coming out of your transmission. That's very important, and it's very important to get your drive shaft put back together if it falls out also. So I'm going to tighten all this stuff up. Looks like I got my rear end adjusted on my arms here from Wheelman Designs. Trevor hooked me up, and I got them all adjusted out so that nothing's going to bind. Bye 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 bye.